Running a business is tough enough without having to worry about burdensome taxes, huge regulatory oversights, yearly audits, lawsuits, and other compliance hassles. That's why Palm Tree Research, we chose to set up our company on the beautiful island paradise of Nevis. But there is one big aha moment that if we had had that sooner, we might have decided to look elsewhere before we'd ever gone down that road. Stick around to find out what that was. Welcome to the Unconventional Entrepreneur Show. I'm your host, Glenn Kowalski. Every week on this channel, you'll find new videos to help liberty-minded entrepreneurs and investors just like you find more personal, financial, and location independence. So be sure to hit the subscribe and the notification buttons so you never miss your chance to find more freedom in this unfree world. Here are 4 reasons why incorporating Nevis might be right for your business. One big reason that you might want to look elsewhere before your head explodes. Reason number 1, there are no taxes paid on any income that's earned outside of the country. That means that as long as you're not earning money within Nevis, you're not paying any taxes in Nevis. Let's say, for example, that you're a graphic designer and you're living in Panama and you're billing out to a client in Canada. You can now bill out using your Nevis company to that Canadian company, and because of Nevis laws, your Nevis company isn't paying any taxes. Then when your Nevis company pays you in Panama, because Panama also has a territorial tax system, you're now living completely tax-free. And you've really given yourself a 30 to 40% raise instantly by saving on that taxes. Now, as an American citizen, laws are a little bit different. Make sure you talk to your local US tax attorney to make sure that works out, because with the US, you do pay taxes on your worldwide income. Next, Nevis has some of the toughest privacy laws in the world. The privacy of offshore companies and bank accounts in Nevis is guaranteed by the government. And since your registration is not even listed anywhere in any public registrations or any public documents, that means that your corporation is basically anonymous and you're basically anonymous. That makes it nearly impossible for anyone, anywhere in the world, to actually sue you or to get any access to any of the assets that are owned by the corporation, which makes it considerably stronger than US LLCs where the corporate veil has been pierced several times. That's never happened to a company in Nevis. So if you like your privacy, Nevis is a great way to go. Plus, Nevis LLCs can be created with only one director, and which makes it ideal for a solopreneur or for a startup. And this is great because a lot of companies in a lot of countries require that there's at least 2 partners before you can form any type of LLC or corporation. And while the single member LLCs and limited companies, they're not really completely unique in the world of offshore accounts, combining that with the strong asset protection of Nevis makes it a very powerful option, especially for solopreneurs and investors who are looking for real good asset protection. And the final reason, or a final reason, that you might want to consider LLC is they have easy compliance without any yearly audits. I don't know about you, but I hate mountains of paperwork. I hate the threat of audits, and I hate tons of regulations when I'm trying to run my business. In Nevis, you can hold your company meetings anywhere. And the only real records that you need to keep are the financial and accounting records that reflect the actual financial position of the company, which is something you're going to want to keep for your business anyway. Those records can be stored anywhere. They don't have to be kept in Nevis, and you can create any type of operating agreement that you want and that works properly with your business and the type of businesses you're running. But opening a Nevis company isn't all fun and games. And there's one thing that drove me absolutely around the bend, and it probably would have made me consider going elsewhere had I really known how much of a hassle it was going to be. And that is that it can be difficult to use because getting a bank account for a Nevis company is nearly impossible, and it's really a complete pain in the ass. This isn't unique to Nevis. This isn't a Nevis problem. Most of the Caribbean nations are running into this more and more. And it's the reason that a lot of people are starting to say that Nevis corporations are dead for an offshore option. That's not entirely true, but it's getting close. Nevis banks just introduced new policies that they won't open up accounts unless you're putting in a minimum deposit of $100,000. And the number of hoops that you have to jump through to open up an account anywhere else with a Nevis corporation, for example, if you're going to St. Lucia's, it's going to keep you going and running around the bend with lawyers for probably several months. It can be done sometimes, but it is a real hassle. And they really want you to prove that you have a viable business before you actually get out there and run a viable business. They don't seem to understand that it's impossible to run that viable business if you don't have a bank account to be able to do it. So one of the best ways to get around that is by using cryptocurrency, and that's going to wipe out that hassle once and for all. So if you do that, it eliminates that problem for you. So what should you do next? Well, I mean, setting up a Nevis corporation is super easy and quite fast to do. There's really not a whole lot to it, and you don't have to visit Nevis to do it. You can do it for about $1,000 to $2,000 in fees, probably around $1,200, and you'll be done. And once that's set up, you can start running your business and start invoicing without paying any taxes. And that's a beautiful thing. But once you've done that, there are going to be additional steps you need to take. You're going to need to open up a bank account probably. And there are other things that you need to do to find total personal and financial and location independence. And if you really want to find that level of personal freedom, you're going to want to check out this other video that's on your screen right now, because it's going to give you some future steps. I'm Glenn Kowalski with the Unconventional Entrepreneur Show, and I will see you there.